we're the first target, but the rest of the world is merely the next target. I think that the important thing is what is the right policy and what is the wrong policy, not who's doing it. You know, when I saw American administrations over the years adopt policies that I thought were inimical or dangerous to my country, I opposed them. Sometimes they were Republican, sometimes they were Democrats. So I think the issue is not the identity of the administration, but the policies. And the policy now, I think, is weak, and the right policy, from Israel's point of view, should be to speak out against it. Look, I went, Laura, to the U.S. Congress to speak out against the sitting American president. I didn't do that lightheartedly. I knew that I was doing something unprecedented, but I knew the survival of my country, and in my opinion, the survival of many countries, was at stake. So I did it. I spoke at UN forums. I spoke on endless television interviews. I did everything I could to mobilize the Senate and the Congress against this, what I thought was a dangerous agreement for the U.S., for Israel, and for everyone else. That's what I think should be done now. If it'll be done now, people will pay attention. Nobody will be more pro-Israel than the Israelis themselves. No one will be more passionate, more committed than Israel itself. So we have to communicate that passion, that commitment, that willingness to face these threatening odds, however dreadful. And if we do it, others will follow. They only follow if you lead.
You certainly pursued a very aggressive and energetic diplomatic campaign against Iran during your time in power. When you look back, do you ever regret not using the military option, going it alone against Iran? And if so, when would you have sent in the IDF? Well,
I can't relay everything that that we were trying to do. We've done many things over the years. Some of them you've read about, some of them you haven't. And I think those actions actually held back the Iranian program. Those who say, well, you know, look at how far Iran has gone. Iran would have been with a nuclear arsenal, with 100 or maybe dozens of nuclear bombs, if we hadn't done everything that we did, both operationally, but also politically and economically. And I think it's time to do more. Was there a moment that we could have done other things? Yeah, but you have to get it passed. This is, I'm not a monarch. Even those who say King Bibi, no, you have to get elected. And besides getting elected, you have to have a majority for your decisions. I couldn't pass all the decisions that I wanted to. And I think in retrospect, people can see maybe that what is needed is a consistent, aggressive action against the most aggressive, poisonous regime on the planet. You don't want ayatollahs with nuclear weapons.